Hi, I'm Jonathan, Technology Program Assistant at the Learning Center. If you've ever been to the Learning Center, you've probably met some of our awesome tutors, many who are also available online as e-tutors. However, it can be a little tricky getting on e-tutoring for the first time, so I made this video to help you get started and hopefully cut down on the frustration factor. And with that, let's begin. First, a quick checklist of things you should have to ensure the smoothest possible e-tutoring experience. Use a proper desktop or laptop. Smartphones and other mobile devices are great tools of convenience, but don't work well with e-tutoring. You also want to make sure you're using Firefox as your web browser, as the e-tutoring software is pretty buggy on other browsers. If you don't yet have Firefox, no sweat. Just go to the Mozilla website to download the latest version of Firefox. Finally, you'll want to have a really reliable internet connection. This may seem like a no-brainer, but the e-tutoring platform is notoriously fussy about the quality of the internet connection. If your connection times out for even a second, you'll be likely to get booted out of the eChat room and get this screen, meaning you have to log in again. So find somewhere with a strong internet signal. Having attained these three things, we're ready to log into eTutoring. Near the top of the PSU Learning Center's eTutoring page, where you most likely currently are, click on the gigantic button that says Get Tutoring Here. This should bring up the familiar CAS login screen, where you simply enter your Odin username and password like you would for your PSU email or D2L. However, it's also possible you may get one of these two error screens. Usually, this just means that your Odin account isn't in the eTutoring database yet, which we can easily fix if you email us at tutoring@pdx.edu. When you log into eTutoring for the first time, you'll be prompted to confirm that your username and contact information is correct. Feel free to change your first name to your preferred name if you have a specific one you prefer to go by. However, do not change the email address, as this can cause problems logging on in the future, since all student e-tutoring accounts are linked to PSU emails. It is thus recommended that you type in the same password as you would for your Odin or PSU email. As a totally optional feature, you can also choose to receive automatic email or text notification when a tutor answers a question you previously submitted. After you've read the terms of use and acknowledged them by checking the box, you can click Update Profile to start your e-tutoring experience. The page we're on right now is the student home page, or the main menu, where you'll see all the main features of eTutoring. Note that all of these features are also listed side by side in the navigation bar above. The live tutoring panel, as its name suggests, shows which tutors are currently available for real-time tutoring sessions. Here we can see, sadly, that no tutors are online right now. However, we can easily check which tutors and subjects will be available later today in the panel below. This feature is very handy as it takes into account temporary schedule changes. For example, if a tutor is out sick or traveling, that may not be reflected in the regular e-tutoring schedule on the front page. Thankfully, e-tutoring provides other ways for you to get help even when tutors aren't currently online. The e-questions feature provides a convenient space where you can post written questions at any time. Simply click on the eQuestions link and post a new question. Before posting a question, you'll be reminded that eQuestions is not for simply copying and pasting problems for your homework or tests and expecting to get answers from the tutor. Thus, in addition to specifying your subject area, you'll be required to fill out every field before you can submit your eQuestion. It is also your responsibility to show work you've already done on the problem and articulate where the main difficulty or confusion is. You can always revisit any eQuestions you've posted under your archived eQuestions. Simply click under the appropriate topic name to review your question, as well as tutors' responses when they become available. When you do get a tutor reply, you'll see a new red icon under the status of the appropriate question. Clicking on the question allows you to review the response and follow up with more questions or clarification where appropriate. However, if you have a very general question, sometimes it's better and easier to check out the resources panel, where tutors upload popular reference material for their respective subjects. If you're having calculator trouble in your math class, for instance, you'll find in the math subject a link to various instructional videos walking you through various TI calculator functions and features. What's nice about this is that the tutors describe the context for all the links, so you won't have to spend hours finding the right video or handout relevant to you. Of course, the most powerful and impactful aspect of the e-tutoring experience is actually getting to interact with tutors in live e-tutoring sessions. When tutors are available for your subject, you can enter their live chat room. Let's get some help on trigonometry by selecting the math tutor who, lucky for us, doesn't have any other students right now. If nothing happens when you click on this button, there's a good chance that your pop-up blocker is preventing the eChat window from opening up. To check your pop-up settings on Firefox, click on the top right menu icon with the three horizontal lines and go to Preferences from the drop-down menu. This should bring up a new tab where you can go into Content Settings and see if Firefox is currently blocking all pop-up windows. You can disable this pop-up blocker by simply unchecking the box. Note that the eChat window runs on a Flash-based platform, so you may be prompted to install Adobe Flash if Firefox doesn't detect a recent version of it installed. With Flash properly installed, you should see the eChat room loaded via Adobe Connect. With Adobe Connect successfully loaded, you should hear a doorbell sound, announcing your entry into the eChat room. Looking around the eChat room, you'll notice lots of features organized into rectangular modules called pods. This may look overwhelming at first, but don't worry, there's really only a few pods that are essential for you to know right now. The most basic pod is the attendee list, which shows you who is currently in the room. The person at the top, under hosts, is a tutor, and everyone else listed below are the students, including you. Right now, we can see that I'm the only student in the room, so me and the tutor can start chatting right away. Communication is initiated through the chat box, where you can exchange text messages in real time. We can see here that the tutor has acknowledged our entry and is confirming what material we need to help with. Try to communicate with the tutor in a clear but respectful manner so they can best help you. If the tutor determines the question is appropriate and they can help with it, they'll promote you to presenter status, which means you are now officially in the session, and you can use the other interactive features in the room, such as this whiteboard. You can also upload documents and even share your screen. If you need help accessing these or any other features, the tutor will be very happy to help. In which case, the tutor may not be able to directly address you right away, but will usually leave a note explaining the situation. Tutors who are currently working with the student have priority in communication with the tutor, so please be patient and respectful while they're being tutored. Tutors take students on a first-come, first-served basis, so any students that are already on the wait list may be helped before you as well. Also be aware that students don't necessarily appear in the order in which they entered the room. Each student gets up to 20 minutes per session, while groups of students get up to 40 minutes. Each student gets up to 20 minutes per session, while groups of students get up to 40 minutes, so you might want to... Each student is typically limited to 20 minutes per session. Each student is limited to 20 minutes per session, while groups of students get up to 40 minutes. So you may want to sign in early and have specific questions prepared. Be attentive to communications in the eChat room, though, because students may often finish their sessions early, and you will be skipped over if you don't respond to the tutor's messages to you. Definitely feel free to hang out and watch the session if the subject matter is of interest to you, but remember to be respectful and don't butt into the conversation unless invited to do so by both the tutor and the student actively in the session. Sometimes it can be more efficient to also communicate via audio. To connect your audio, sometimes it can be more efficient to also communicate via audio. To connect your audio and talk, make sure your microphone is connected and click the speaker icon, which will turn green. Sound waves should appear on the speaker icon if your microphone is picking up the sound of your voice. Likewise, you should also be able to hear the tutor pretty clearly from your speakers. Be aware that there can be a little bit of lag with the audio connections, so be patient as it might take a second or two for your voice to travel to the tutor's computer and vice versa. Using a similar method, you can also turn on your webcam via the webcam icon button. If your webcam is working, you should see a preview on the webcam display with your face in real time. If you're satisfied with the display, click Start Recording or Start Sharing. Otherwise, the tutor will never actually see you. Using webcam is totally optional, but may be useful, for example, if you want to show the tutor work you're doing on a physical whiteboard, or maybe you're taking a world language class and the tutor is showing you the pronunciation of certain words or syllables, or maybe you're taking a world language class and the tutor is showing you the pronunciation of certain words or symbols with their mouths. When the tutor has finished the session with you, they will put you back on the wait list. If you need to get more help, the tutor may resume another session with you after helping other students in the wait list. Also, don't forget that tutors are human beings and need breaks every now and then. The tutor may take 5 to 10 minute breaks if they've been continuously tutoring over an hour. The tutor may take 5 to 10 minute breaks if they've been continuously tutoring for over an hour. Additionally, they may decide at their own discretion if it is beneficial to keep working with you after an hour of tutoring, or if they believe that you are better off working on your own independently for half an hour. Or if they believe you are better off working on your own independently for half an hour or more. However, tutors will try to use your time efficiently because they know you're busy just like them. However, tutors will always try to use However, tutors will always try to use your time efficiently because they know you're busy just like them and want to see you succeed. However, tutors will always try to use your time. However, tutors will always try to use your time. However, tutors will always try to use your time efficiently because they know you're busy just like them and want to see you succeed. When you're done getting tutored and don't have any more questions for the time being, you can simply close the window, which automatically exits you from the room. There's lots of other features in eTutoring, especially eChat, that we haven't explored here, but hope this video was helpful in getting you started. If you have any other questions or feedback, please email us at tutoring@pdx.edu. We look forward to eTutoring you soon.